Hey, happy Friday to you. Welcome to the end of the first week of September, which means the kids are finally back in school, so they're going to be spending less time on my lawn, which is going to free up a lot of my time yelling at them to get off of it. And the shopping malls are going to be nice places to visit again, and now that school is in session, and the skateboard parks are going to be darn near empty. This means I can finally try it and break my hip without anyone pointing at me and laughing. There were a lot of people pointing and laughing at the president this week as they head out the door of the White House onto their book tours. Members of the Trump administration are fleeing the White House like rats off of a sinking ship, which I think is a fair analogy. They all have a story to tell, but I'm waiting for that book by Melania. You know, when she finally decides to leave, her book will tell us the secrets behind those little tiny hands. Well, I haven't written a book about my Washington, D.C. experiences because, well, I haven't had any. But I have written some Friday funnies that we can all enjoy. You know, there are thousands of world records on file with the Guinness World Records people, but the latest entry just makes me shout, get a life, you know? S. Naveen Kumar is from India, and he set a world record this week for smashing 217 walnuts in 1 minute. And he did it using only his head. Kumar banged his head on a table lined with walnuts and succeeded in smashing 217 of them in 60 seconds. I say, whoop-de-frickin-do. I mean, what would make anybody do this? And then I thought, well, what about Congress? There we have 535 people who are banging their heads against the wall every day and accomplishing nothing. So congratulations, Kumar. At least you used your head to accomplish something. Too bad that after banging your head all day, you're not going to be able to remember any of it. Naming a baby can be a very tough decision, you know, because the baby's going to have this name forever unless he or she decides to change it into something like, you know, RuPaul or Aquafina. You may want to Google that one. Some millennials are actually checking for available domain names before deciding on a name for the child so the baby can start off life with their own web page. And since all the good URL names are taken, millennials are going to start naming their kids stuff like Upsy Daisy 123. You know, fortunately, the fine folks at KFC have offered a solution for naming a baby. If you name your baby Harland after the KFC founder Harlan Sanders, they will give you $11,000 for the kids' college fund. Now this is very unique, but if I were to name a baby after the KFC founder, I would go for his real first name, Colonel. Colonel Irvin would give the kid a great edge in school and enable him to get reservations at all the good restaurants. Think about it. Astute reader Joe Calloway sent us this story about a man from Florida, who was arrested when he gave his girlfriend a wet willy. I mean, he licked his finger and stuck it in her ear when they were having an argument. And for this act, he was arrested for battery. Well, my friends, when the wet willy is outlawed, what's going to follow? Will pink bellies be banned? What about Indian burns and noogies, for God's sake? Noogies! Are they on the endangered list, too? What about pointing to a spot on somebody's shirt and when they look down, you flick them in the nose? You know, is that going to be a capital crime? I'll tell you this to warn you to be on your best behavior when visiting in Florida. And if you get arrested for giving anybody a wet willy, do not, under any circumstances, ask the officer to pull your finger. That could lead to hard time. Hey, that's it for another week, my friends. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. Please pass these along to your friends. Give us a like, and we will be back here with more funnies for you next week.